into the final group game, one against the University.
Through sports, we have the unique opportunity to replace animosity with camaraderie, hatred with love, and rivalry with cooperation. I would like to extend heartfelt gratitude to Mrs. Kafilat Arawi, the Managing Director and CEO of Lotus Bank Limited, for graciously accepting to deliver the keynote address. Her insights and expertise will undoubtedly provide valuable perspectives on the theme of our conference. I also want to offer a special welcome to our lead paper researchers, our presenters, Professor Vincent Onyewera from KCA University, Kenya, and distinguished Professor Mary Jane D. Souza from Pennsylvania University, USA. Your contributions will highly enhance our understanding of the theme and how university sports can drive global excellence and unity. To all other speakers and participants from across Africa, I warmly welcome you to our campus. We hope you find this environment conducive for intellectual growth and collaborative efforts. Your presence and participation are vital to the success of this conference, and I'm confident that our collective efforts will lead to meaningful advancements in the field of university sports. Again, thank you for being here and for commitment to fostering unity and excellence through university sports. We are LASU. Good morning.
Excellent speech from the 9th Vice Chancellor of Lagos State University and the second female Vice Chancellor in the history of this great institution. Ladies and gentlemen, just from 8 days ago, you celebrated 3 years of ascending the throne as the Vice Chancellor of LASU. Congratulations once again. And I was just taking a look at you, a woman of substance, the Feminine Nigerian Achievement Award in the category of the most outstanding in tertiary education, and that was in 2022. And you are also on the list of the Nigerian Women Annual 100 Leading Women of the Year. A round of applause for her. And that's the Vice Chancellor of LASU, Professor B.M. Olatunji, MNI, NPON. All right, we are getting somewhere. I've heard Shane wax lyrical about LASU, we are great. I'm not disputing that. But you know, elephants don't play to the big. Naturally, they are big. And that's what the University of Lagos is. And you talk about greatness. It's my singular honor, pleasure, and delight to warmly welcome my own, a woman of many firsts. First female provost of the College of Medicine. First female Deputy Vice Chancellor Development Services. First female Acting Vice Chancellor of the University of Lagos. And the first female Vice Chancellor in the history of the University of Lagos since he was installed by Act of Parliament in 1962. Everything she does is always first. I pride myself to say, University of Lagos is the only institution you can access by air. The only institution you can access by road. And the only institution you can access via the Lagoon. And the future Vice Chancellor is making frantic efforts in ensuring that you are testing the lab by two and by three. A professor of medical microbiology who specializes in disease management and control. Like I said, lion no dey born goats. The daughter of late, distinguished, emeritus, Professor Akinlawo Ladipo Akin Maboguje, Nigerian geographer and the first African president of the International Geographical Union. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Professor Folashade Tolulope, the only full vice chancellor with the second highest civilian award, FAS.
The Vice Chancellor of the Lagos State University, my dear sister, Professor Ibiyemi Olatunji Bello, other Vice Chancellors here present, the FASU Secretary General, Dr. Perenina Aliganiza, I got it, thank you. The NUGA President, the Vice President of FASU here present, the keynote address speaker, Mrs. Kafilat Arauli, the MTC Lotus, of whom we are very proud and very grateful to. The lead paper presenter, Professor Vincent Onyewera, the DVC KCI Kenya University.
Can you hear me?
Management team of the University of Glasgow and the University of Lagos. In particular, I will mention my management because they have been standing by me. In fact, they've been managing the end, Professor Ayo Ashenoa, the alternate chair for FASU, Professor Lucien Chukwu, security chief, Professor Bola Obo, the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Academics and Research, Mrs. Makinde, the Registrar of the University. I have to mention this person, Mrs. Olufumilola Adekunle, the bursar, of whom we are very grateful, and Professor Femi Shaibu, the Director of Quality Assurance, all other members of the University of Lagos team that are here. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, you will pardon me if I'm not mentioning many names, but I stand on the existing protocol. But I cannot do that without mentioning two other people that have been very instrumental for the FASU Games, not just the scientific. I'm coming to scientific. Mr. Babs Ugwade, they have been extremely instrumental, and Mrs. Tayo Kokola, I'm not sure she's here. I also want to thank especially the members of the scientific team, committee of both universities, and the chairman of the committee, Professor Grace Otiwa, for a marvelous job. And I can't go without mentioning the students who are the real core of what we are doing. I am very honored to welcome you all to the FASU Scientific Conference. And as the co-host, we are very thrilled to bring together this significant gathering of intellectuals, sport professionals, and enthusiasts from across the continent and beyond. This year's conference, with the theme Fostering Unity, Healthy Competition, and Global Excellence through University Sports, captures what university sports represent in our society today. Sports remains one of the most potent forces for building bridges,
and fostering collaboration.
It's also extremely important in cultivating resilience and discipline in the youth, preparing them for leadership. So as we gather to discuss innovative approaches to enhancing university sports, this scientific conference offers us a unique opportunity to merge scholarly insights with athletic excellence. I look forward to the discussions and conversations we will have during this conference that will undoubtedly contribute to shaping the future of sports within our institutions, our nations, and hopefully drive personal, institutional, and national growth. University sports serve as a powerful tool for uniting our different cultures. It helps us to understand ourselves and promotes healthy lifestyle. The FASU Games in particular stands as a beacon of this unity, creating a platform for students and athletes from across African countries to engage in healthy competition while building friendships and networks. And this is particularly important in this our huge continent with over 1.5 billion people, where we know that we have over 3,000 languages and about 60% are under the age of 25, greater than 70 under the age of 30, with a median age of 19. In 2015, African youths were 19% of the global youth population. It is projected by the United Nations that by 2030, we will account for 42% of the global youth population. So it is absolutely important that we unite, that we must work together. We must close our ranks and get over the differences, because we have more things that unite us than things that divide us. If Africa is to be great, if Africa is to grow. At university, so I'm particularly pleased that we are here today, because sports is not merely this competition. We're supposed to be competing with camaraderie. It's not a do or die. And so we're looking for excellence, teamwork, integrity, the qualities that are very essential in developing the next generation of leaders for our global community. I hope that while we're here, we will start to develop mutual respect for one another. We will start to learn each other's languages, and I hope we will have friendships that will transcend this period. And I know that this conference provides for us a unique platform to examine the evolving role of university sports in promoting physical well-being, healthy competition, academic excellence, and also promoting national development. Identify strategic the members of the scientific and other competitions that have identified strategic the members of the scientific and the competitions that have identified strategic I also want to commend myself as the sports person. And some of these challenges include drug abuse, mental health issues, and a host of others. NAFDAC in our regulatory activities collaborate with stakeholders such as the universities to carry out drug demand reduction activities in schools, marketplaces, and among youth in the country. And we also ensure that the medications that everybody needs, including the sport and their quality, and they are efficacious. And in a way, NAFDAC is also contributing to the healthy development of sports among youth and in university sports. So as we sit back to participate in this scientific conference, it is our belief that a lot of insights will be shared, a lot of experiences will be shared, and in the end, we will come out with informed decisions in order to make university sports a pride that it is. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's do better for Mrs. Adenida. To take the second university is the Honorable Commissioner for Tertiary Education in Lagos State. The first foreign commissioner to hold that position is homeboy, if you like, a former member of the Governing Council of Lagos State University, who is now the Tertiary Education Commissioner. And presented this morning by Mrs. Ibidapo Obi Olubunmi. Please let's celebrate her. She also received for 2 minutes.
Good morning, Mass. Good morning, everybody. Permit me to stand on the existing protocol. My commissioner is unavoidably absent, as they have said. He would have loved to be here. I want to congratulate the organizers of this 11th Federation of Africa University Sports, FASU, co-hosted by University of Lagos and Lagos State University. The university sports is playing a vital post or positive impact on the students' mental health. I want to say that this conference is going to help in enhancement of cognitive skills for our tertiary institution students. It's going to help in development of teamwork and social skills. Also, it will help in building resilience and perseverance. It's going to help to enhance goal-setting abilities. And lastly, to cultivate leadership skills. I believe that after this conference, the students are going to go with a lot of things. The impact of sports in tertiary institution on academic excellence of students is significant and multifaceted. By enhancing cognitive skills, improving time management and organization, positively impacting mental health, developing teamwork and social skills, and building resilience and perseverance, sports can contribute greatly to a student's academic success. The skills and attributes developed on the playing field can be invaluable assets in the classroom, helping students achieve academic excellence and preparing them for future challenges in higher education and beyond. As such, integrating sport into students' lives should be encouraged and supported as a vital component of their overall educational experience. Once again, I want to say congratulations to the organizers of this event ahead, because I know it's going to be a success. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bidako Olubumi, representing Mr. Tolani Sule, the Commissioner, Ministry of Tertiary Education. Now we are going to the meat of the event. This is the part I hate the most, where this young boy will tell the helper to be upstanding as I take a citation. Mommy, I slept and I know that today you are going to help me. It is not in my character to tell you to please be upstanding, but it is what the job requires. As I take the brief citation of our guest speaker. Mrs. Kafilat Arawi holds a first degree in history from the University of Ife, now Obafemi Awolowo University, in 1985. An MSc in Industrial Relations and Personnel Management, the one we now call Employment Relations and Human Resource Management, from the University of First Choice and the Nations Pride in 1987, graduating as the best student in her class. She also holds Islamic Finance certification issued by Ethics Institute of Islamic Finance, the Chartered Institute for Securities and Investment, Bahrain Institute of Banking and Finance, as well as Islamic Research and Training Institute. She has attended various executive management courses at the Cranfield School of Management, United Kingdom, Lagos Business School, Institute of Management Development in Switzerland, and INSET in France, World Business School, University of Michigan, United States of America. She is certified in specialized banking courses, conferences and seminars. Among them are the Structured Trade Finance course by Euromoney, United Kingdom, Payment, Clearing and Settlement Conference by National Association of Clearing Houses, USA 2006, 2007, 2008, International Bank Seminar, United States, South Africa, Swiss Regional Conference. She started her career in 1988 at the National Oil and Chemicals Marketing Company PLC, now Common Nigeria PLC, and moved in 1990 to Guarantee Trust Bank PLC as the pioneer head of human resources. She was part of the GT Bank team that went to Jordan for the implementation of the core banking application, amongst other critical assignments executed for the bank. She left with accolades in 2015 as general manager, but continued to consult for banks and other sectors through her consulting outreach until 2018, when she was appointed as the MD designate for Lotus Bank, then in formation. Having put over 25 years into banking, Kafilat has expertise in virtually all areas of core banking, with emphasis on international and domestic operations, payments, general management, business development, risk management, human resources, and strategy. She was part of several central part of Nigeria implementation committees on some settlement and payment solutions between 2002 and 2007, and represented Nigeria at the Boundary Techniques and Practice Committee of International Chamber of Commerce between 2006 and 2011. She was member Chartered Institute of Bankers Committee on Capacity Building and Certification from 2014 to 2020, and is currently member Advocacy and Strategy Committee of the Chartered Institute of Bankers of Nigeria. Kafilat has served and currently serves as member of the governing board of many institutions, secondary and university. Among them, Founding University Osogbo, currently member board of Christian Schools Victoria Island and City of Knowledge Academy, as well as Elders Council and Mutubi Islamic Foundation.
Sincerely, I don't know what to say. I was wondering if it was my citation or that of somebody else that has caused this much uproar in the crowd. I would like to start by increasing the uproar by saying we are LASU. Great Unilag. Because that's my school. But LASU is also very dear to me. My sister there, and I'm from Lagos State. We are also FASU. Okay, I'll start by following through the protocol. I'll start with greeting my esteemed vice chancellors, both my sisters, starting from Professor Ibiyemi Ibidapo Olatunji Baby, because our lady name is Ibidapo. And we must not forget their pedigree. Our father was a renowned and reputable businessman, Chief Eniola Ibidapo. And my other sister, Professor Folashade Ogushola, Folashade Mabobuje Ogushola, we must not forget those who trained them to get to this level. Ogushola, also another sister, is such a small world. I'd like to also greet the officials of FASU, starting with the Secretary General, the lead presenter, Professor Vincent Oyevera, the panelists, all deputy vice chancellors here present, officials of NUGA, top officials of LASU and University of Lagos, distinguished guests, scholars here present, the athletes, ladies and gentlemen. I would appeal that you permit me to stand on all existing protocols. Good morning, bonjour. It is indeed a great honor to stand before you today at the 11th Federation of African University Sports Games Scientific Conference. I would like to express my heartfelt appreciation to the organizers for inviting me to deliver this keynote address. The theme of this conference, fostering unity, healthy competition, and global excellence through university sports, is both timely and critical. Today, I am here not only as the Managing Director of Lotus Bank Limited, but as an advocate for the power of sports to change lives, bridge divides, and unite people. As the Managing Director of Lotus Bank and someone deeply rooted in the world of finance, I understand the power of teamwork, the value of nurturing individual excellence, and the importance of strong collaborative efforts to achieve shared goals. These principles resonate just as powerfully in university sports, where future leaders, innovators, and global citizens are shaped. University sports, like successful teams in the banking sector, about building unity, promoting healthy competition, and creating platforms for growth and excellence. Sports have a long and rich history as an essential part of human civilization. I would like to take you back as an historian to the history of sports. From ancient Egypt and Greece to today's global competitions, sports have been instrumental in uniting people, transcending political and social divides. The Greek Olympic Games, for example, not only celebrated athletic prowess, but also fostered unity among warring city-states through a sacred truce. So it's been a way of settling disputes for years. This historical backdrop mirrors the role that university sports play in modern-day Africa, uniting diverse cultures, driving community engagement, and nurturing talents that have the potential to bring global excellence to our continent. In African universities, the dusty pitches and game courts have produced not just national champions, but world-class athletes whose stories inspire
and remind us of the strength and potential of our continent. This is particularly relevant as we gather here together the banner of FASU, an organization dedicated to elevating university sports across Africa. FASU, through its collaborative efforts, has been universal in fostering partnership and enhancing the quality of sports, thereby contributing to the overall development of athletes across the continent. Let's look further around the world of sports. In a case in point is the United States. University sport in the US is also very peculiar to the group of schools called the Ivy League. The story behind the Ivy League universities in sports is deeply intertwined with their history, values, and evolution of college athletics in the United States. The Ivy League schools, Harvard, Yale, Princeton, Columbia, Brown, and Dartmouth, and University of Pennsylvania, and Cornell, have a long history of athletic competition dating back to the 19th century. In the early days, sports were often informal and organized at the club level, with strong emphasis on participation, character development. So it's no wonder those are the best schools in the US today. The time Ivy League was first used in the 1930s by the former league, but the former league was established in 1954. It came in response to the growing commercialization of college sports and the desire to maintain a commitment to academic excellence. The Ivy League sought to create a competitive environment that prioritized educational values along athletic achievements. Just as the Ivy League schools in the United States have balanced academic rigor with athletic excellence, African universities too must champion both intellectual and physical development. The Ivy League's approach, which places a strong emphasis on character, integrity, and sportsmanship, reminds us that sports are not just about winning, but about building a community where every individual thrives. Today, I invite you to join me on a journey as we explore university sports in Africa and continue to be a vehicle for unity, healthy competition, and global excellence. Together, we can chart a path that not only enhances the quality of university sports, but also propels Africa onto the global stage as a powerhouse of talent, unity, and excellence. Let me start with unity through sports, breaking barriers, building bridges. In the grand tapestry of our continent, sports have always played a vital role in fostering unity. Just as music and art transcends borders, sports serves as a universal language that connects people from different backgrounds, cultures, and nationalities. University sports in particular are proven to be a fertile ground for unity. Think for a moment about the thousands of students who come together at events like the FASU game. These are individuals from all corners of Africa. Students from Nigeria, Kenya, Ghana, Egypt, Zimbabwe, Guinea, Uganda, and beyond, united by a common goal, a shared passion, and a sense of friendship that transcends borders. This friendship and bonds formed through these games last a lifetime, often creating networks that span countries and continents. The story of unity through sports is exemplified in numerous events that highlight how sports can bring people together, transcending cultural, political, and social barriers. One of the most famous examples is the 1995 Rugby World Cup in South Africa. You know the story of apartheid. Following the end of apartheid, the nation was seeking to unify its diverse population. Nelson Mandela, the newly elected president, embraced the tournament as an opportunity for reconciliation. He famously wore the Springboks jersey during the final match, symbolizing support for the predominantly white rugby team. When South Africa won the cup, the celebration transcended race, pride, and unity among all South Africans. I'm reminded by the words of Nelson Mandela, who said, sports has the power to change the world. It has the power to inspire. It has the power to unite people in a way that little else does. Mandela's word reminds us of the profound impact that sports can have on fostering unity, not just in Africa, but the world. Going into the world, It was exemplified in 1968 Mexico City Olympics, where Tommy Smith and John Carlos raised their fist in a Black Power salute on the podium to protest racial inequality in the US. They sparked global conversations around civil rights and highlighted the role of sports in social justice movements. On a more recent note, Football for Friendship program, initiated by Gazprom, aims to promote friendship and understanding among young people from different countries through football. Participants engage in games, cultural exchange, and teamwork, fostering connections that extend beyond careers. On a lighter note, we know who we are in Nigeria. We know what politics has done to our unity. But domestically, one of the strongest bonds Nigerians share, regardless of its tribe, is sports. You see that whenever the Nigerian team is in any competition, everyone comes together disregarding the cultural differences. I remember when we won the Olympics football in Atlanta, everybody became friends. We were exchanging gifts, we forgot our differences. So the story demonstrates that sport can serve as a universal language, creating bonds and promoting peace, understanding, and unity among diverse groups. Regardless of our nationalities, we compete not just for individual glory, but for the collective pride of Africa. It is this same unity that must inspire us as we nurture future athletes and develop sporting institutions across our universities. In my own experience, I have seen firsthand how team spirit can break down barriers and build lasting connections. I remember all the Nuga games during my university days. At the university levels, these connections often extend beyond graduation, creating a network of support that lasts a lifetime. Some have gotten married by meeting at university games. It is this unity, I repeat again, that strengthens our community and prepares students to work collaboratively in an increasingly interconnected world. As we all know, it's now a global village. We at Lotus Bank are committed to promoting inclusivity and fairness in all aspects of our business and also in financial services for the support of our youth, especially the athletes, teamwork and integrity being propagated. Going to the area of healthy competition, the catalyst for growth and development. While unity is essential, competition remains the heartbeat of sports. But it is not just about winning or losing. It's about pushing ourselves and others to be better. This is the essence of healthy competition, concept that has tremendous value, especially for university athletes. Healthy competition fosters personal growth, resilience, and leadership. Teaches athletes to aim higher, work harder, and persevere, even when faced with obstacles. It is through competition that students discover their own strengths, overcome their weaknesses, and develop critical life skills needed to succeed beyond the sports field. Blessing Ogabari, a shining example of how university sport can serve as a launching pad for greatness. Her first step towards international stardom began in the Nigerian University Sports Circuit, believe it or not, where she honed her skills as a sprinter and long jumper. Her rise to become an Olympic medalist and multiple gold medal at the African Games and Commonwealth Games was not just a personal achievement, it was a testament to how healthy competition at the university level can pave the way for global success. Please pardon me, I'm not going to be talking from any negative angle. I will talk from the cup half full, not half empty. So you won't hear the negative side of what has been the story of our sports in Africa. Another inspiring example comes from the University of Pretoria Talk Sports Program, which has produced several Olympic and world-class athletes, including Tajana Shoemaker, a South African swimmer who won gold in 200 meters breaststroke at the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. Shoemaker's success is rooted in her participation in university level sports, where she faced intense years healthy competition that prepared her for the global stage. Haile Selassie, the Ethiopian long distance legend and two-time Olympic gold medalist, said, once you have the commitment, you need the discipline and hard work to get there. This quote perfectly captures the essence of healthy competition. It is not just about the race, but the dedication and discipline that go into competing at the highest level. Healthy competition is beautifully illustrated by the inspiring story of the 2012 Olympic Games in London, particularly the women's 800-meter race. During the heats, a surprising turn of events unfolded when British runner Jennifer Simpson stumbled and fell. However, the Kenyan runner Mary Kane, who was one of the first favorites, slowed down and helped Simpson to her feet before continuing her race. This act of sportsmanship captured the attention of viewers worldwide and highlighted the spirit of healthy competition. You can imagine that you are winning, someone has fallen, but the mind, a good mind, decided to wait for her competitor. That shows a very, very healthy team spirit and competitive spirit. During the heats, a surprising turn of events unfolded. In the final race, competitors pushed each other to their limits after the heat, showcasing their dedication and skill. The atmosphere was electric, with each athlete cheering for one another, despite the fierce desire to win. As they crossed the finish line, the camaraderie among them was evident, demonstrating that competition doesn't have to come at the expense of respect and support. This spirit of healthy competition was further emphasized by the athletes' interaction through the medal ceremony. Regardless of the outcomes, they celebrated each other's achievements, embodying the idea that sports can foster not only rivalry, but also friendship and mutual respect. In banking, sometimes we call competition co-opetition, meaning that we are competing but cooperating with each other. So that's another word as a takeaway for us all here to reflect on. Now, talking about prioritizing well-being and clean competition. In fostering healthy competition, we must also ensure that athletes' well-being, the physical and mental health of students, athletes should be a priority. As competition intensifies, so too does the pressure on these young individuals to succeed, sometimes at all costs. This can make them vulnerable to the layer of performance-enhancing drugs and other harmful substances. These drugs not only compromise the fairness of the competition, but also pose severe long-term health risk, ranging from heart issues and hormonal imbalances to psychological problems. I remember the lady from NAFDAC emphasizing that as well. This shows you there is a front burner issue that needs to be looked at. It is critical, therefore, that we educate athletes about the dangers of PEDs, performance enhancing drugs, and other substances, and emphasize the importance of clean sportsmanship. Universities and sporting institutions have a responsibility to lead the charge in providing ongoing education and support through lectures, workshops, and mentoring programs. This should focus not just on the risk of doping, but also on teaching athletes how to manage pressure, maintain their mental health, and make informed decisions about their physical well-being. Furthermore, the fight against doping must be proactive. Educational programs should include testimonials from former athletes, medical professionals, and sports psychologists, demonstrating both the physical dangers and the ethical ramifications of cheating. Providing tools and support networks for students to complete cleanly can help them resist negative influences and maintain the integrity of their sports career. At Notos Bank, we are proud to align with initiatives that promote integrity and fairness both on and off the field. We recognize that success in sports, just like in business, must be built on the foundation of honesty, resilience, and hard work. Our commitment to ethical principles extend beyond banking into every area, including university sports. By supporting clean sports and fair competition, we build not only healthier athletes, but also a stronger, more unified Africa. Now let's go to the key outcome, global excellence, Africa's role in the world sporting arena. Let's turn our focus to the future specifically. can we position African university sports as a platform for global excellence? Over the years, Africa has produced some of the world's most extraordinary athletes, individuals who have risen from humble beginnings in university campus to claim their place on the global stage. Athletes like David Rhodita, the Kenyan middle distance runner, have shattered world records and brought glory not only to their countries but to the entire continent. Rhodisha's journey began on the sports field of St. Francis Cameron High School in Kenya, where his potential was first nurtured, recognized and nurtured. Similarly, Faith Kipyegon, another Kenyan athlete who transitioned from university sports to becoming a double Olympic champion in the 1,500 meter, that crossed the value of investing in university athletes. Kipyegon's success shows that with the right support, African athletes can dominate in international competitions. But funny enough, for every Rudisha, for every Opagbare, for every faith, there are thousands of talented student athletes across Africa whose potentials remain untapped. Why is this so? It is not for lack of talent. Rather, it is often due to a lack of infrastructure, support, and opportunities. You need to go to some of the universities, for instance, in the United States, and look at their infrastructure of athletics. In Syracuse University, there's a main bowl for basketball bigger than you can imagine. So they also concentrate on sports, not just on academics. To change the narrative, we must invest in the future of African sports. This requires a concerted effort from universities, government, and the private sector. So we also have a role to play. It is about building the right infrastructure, providing scholarships, which is being done today in the United Kingdom. As a student, if you excel while in secondary school in sports, you stand a chance of going to some of the best universities on scholarship, even though you are an indigent student. And creating pathways for athletes to transition from university sports to international competition. The foundation must be strong. If not, we will continue to miss being on the medal table at Olympics. Very embarrassing indeed. As Winnie Mandela said, the triumph of any sport is not the applause you receive at the end of it, but the resilience, hard work, and commitment it took together. The quote is a reminder: excellence on the world stage is not achieved overnight. It is the result of years of dedication and preparation. Go ask China about that. It's a powerful story of sports promoting global excellence from Nigeria. It's not all doom. It's that of the Nigerian women's national basketball team, known as the Tigress. Their journey showcases resilience, talent, and unifying power of sports. In 2017, the Tigress made history of winning the AfroBasket Women's Championship, marking Nigeria's first title in 12 years. This victory not only boosted national pride, but also positioned the team on the global stage. They continue to build on this success, qualifying for the 28th FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup in Spain, where they made a remarkable impression, competing fiercely against some of the world's best teams. We strongly in Cultures Bank believe in social impact, and our support for initiatives like this we continue to strengthen. Now, how do we ensure that university sports continue to foster unity, healthy competition, and global excellence? The first is inclusive participation, diverse programs for a wide range of sports that cater to different interests and skills level. We often concentrate on a few: football and the likes. We do riders, we do other things that can actually get them to be competitors at world events. We need to concentrate on diversifying our sports um, um, content. Accessibility: ensure facilities and programs accessible to all students, including those with disabilities. I remember in my secondary school days, whether you like it or not, you have to participate in a sport every Friday. So people like me, I'll find where they are playing games, because games was allowed as a sport as well, whether it's chess or Scrabble. And today I can say that I'm a master in Scrabble. I challenge one of you to come and beat me at a Scrabble game. I'm not very fit physically, but I try to I make up for it with other sports. We should promote sportsmanship, education on values, integrate workshops on sportsmanship, teamwork, and respect into athletic programs. I like what's going on here. That there is a seminar for 3 days that's surrounded around athletics and not just the games itself. Should be encouraged, and I believe we should also include that in people's curriculum in universities. Recognition. Let's celebrate not just victories, but also exemplary behavior and sportsmanship among teams and individuals. Community engagement. I believe this is a major area where we can actually develop our sports into healthy competition and global excellence. Local partnerships. We must collaborate with local organizations to engage the community and create a supportive environment. We must engage our youth. We must start early. The foundation must be right for the future to be okay. We at Lotus Bank, our very first year, we adopted the Korodu boys. And believe it or not, they excel to the point of winning. And I believe more of this should be done. The only places where it's being done today is at the private schools where they go for partnership programs all over the world and they go for some world competition. I think we should encourage those in public schools also to be part of that. Service initiatives. Let's encourage student athletes to participate in community service, fostering connections beyond the campus. We need to encourage the town and ground relationship further. Grassroots engagement, engaging and building excellence from grassroots, including from elementary or primary school to secondary through tertiary is key. There has to be a connect. We can't just start at the university level. It must start from very, very early stages and in all the communities at the local government level, right up to the state and federal level. Then we would have growth and excellence in sports. Global competition and exchanges, international events. We need to organize and participate in global sports events. We need to research that there are so many events out there that we should participate in. It fosters cultural exchange and understanding, encouraging the private and public schools in Nigeria to participate. The exchange program. We can create exchange programs that allow athletes to train and compete internationally. Students can go for exchange programs in other universities. It used to happen in our own days, but I think it's prompt. We should introduce it. And some of the way we should introduce it is when we have promising athletes, we encourage them to go for an exchange program or go and practice. They can just go off site. It need not be far. It could be Togo, Benin. And so we go and exchange programs with each other and practice in each other's stuff. It helps to encourage that spirit of unity and sportsmanship. We also need to focus on health and well-being, as has been earlier stated. There can be no way around that. We need to implement mental and physical health resources to support athletes' overall well-being. This will also ensure clean and drug-free body system. Balanced scheduling. Let's ensure that competition schedules allow for academic commitments, personal time, because sometimes this can be a discouraging factor for those who want to participate. We need to leverage technology. It's now a technological world. What you can do with artificial intelligence is unbelievable. Let's start from even the social media. We need to use an online platform, social media and apps to promote events, celebrate achievements, and create a sense of community. We can create dialogue. Like this is happening, we should have been hashtagging this event. It helps to encourage others, it helps to create awareness and create a dialogue around this topic that we're talking about. So that needs to be worked on. Data analytics, we need to utilize data to enhance training and performance, ensuring athletes reach their full potential. A lot of research needs to be done around this. The world is more technically advanced. We need to touch on. It can help. It definitely will enhance our sports outcome. Now, support from administration. It is clear that it can't be done alone by the universities. Funding and resources. We need to secure adequate funding to improve facilities. I don't want to talk about that so it doesn't spoil the mood of the event, but we need to improve on our facilities. When you go out there, you will see that we are nowhere near, and the world keeps moving. So we need to work on that. We need to work on coaching and hiring coaches and other athletic support services that is required. This should also include access to scholarship. No student athlete should be left behind due to lack of financial resources. Policy development. Some policies need to be created and to prioritize athletes' welfare and fair competition, and also to encourage more people to embark on sporting activities. Cultivating leadership skills. We should have leadership programs, offer leadership training for athletes. Like, before we used to have the man o' war, and there's one other one that encourages not just sports, but training you for leadership. I think we should increase more of those kind of activities, preparing them for roles, both in sports and beyond. Mentorship is also a key area. We need to establish mentoring opportunities where experienced athletes guide younger students. So many people need to talk to someone. There are times when there's anxiety. There are times when you don't even know whether you are sacrificing your future academic uh, um, um, excellence for sports. But the two can be managed together. All you need is mentors, those who have gone through it, those who have experienced it. We need to reach out to those who are out there too, Nigerians who have excelled, the kind of the likes of Kim Olajuwon and Co. to help with this area. Because they do mentoring programs over there. Why can't they come and also help with Nigerians? Let's celebrate our achievements. Nothing is too small to celebrate. Hosting events to celebrate achievements in sports, both team and individual, promotes a sense of pride and community. Highlighting stories, sharing inspiring stories like some of the ones I've said earlier on, demonstrate unity and resilience, helps to encourage others. By implementing these strategies, universities can create an environment where sports foster unity, encourage healthy competition, and promote global excellence. Now, I would like to close on this note. We need to inspire our next generation. I want to remind us all of incredible potentials held by every young athlete who competes in the FASU games. These athletes are not just competing for medals, they are laying the foundation for their future as leaders, role models, and ambassadors of Africa's excellence. Serena Williams, who has inspired millions, once said, I really think a champion is defined not by their wins, but by how they can recover when they fall. This is a message that every young athlete should take to heart. The FASU games, while competitive, are also a learning ground where athletes can develop resilience, learn from setbacks, and grow into champions. Failure is not an adversity, it is a stepping stone to growth. Believe me, you can go and read people that have succeeded by first failing. The Oprah Winfrey's of this world are an example. Even the man who started Disney World, he was told never to come on to television or do entertainment. And today, Walter Disney has the most interesting area for children to have fun in the world. So never give up. It's about keeping on till you succeed. If you've not tried, you can't succeed. It is our duty as business leaders, educators, policymakers, and stakeholders to nurture potentials in our students, to provide the opportunities, the support, and the vision that will enable these young men and women to succeed, not just in sports, but in life. The FASU Games, which with its rich history and vibrant spirit, are a beacon of what we can achieve through unity, healthy competition, and excellence. Let us continue to support this vision, to invest in our future, and to inspire the next generation of African champions. Let these words echo in our minds and hearts as we move forward. Let us use the power of sports to unite, to inspire, and to elevate Africa to new heights. The future of African sports lies in our hands, and together we can shape it for the better. In closing, I want to express my deep appreciation for the role that university sports plays in shaping the future of of our future generation. They are more than just a backdrop for competition. They are a vibrant field where unity and global excellence comes to life. At Lagos Bank, we are committed to supporting initiatives that foster these values. We encourage all of you to continue championing the role of sports in education. Together, I strongly believe, we can build a world where unity prevails, healthy competition thrives, and global excellence is within the reach of all. Thank you very much for listening. Are you still sitting down? Ooh. Let's keep that coming. Let's keep that coming. Let's keep that coming. Let's keep that coming. That was mind blowing. Thank you very much, ma. Please, you can have your seat. Someone once said the greatest disservice you can do to a great speech is to try to summarize it. I'm not going to try to summarize this speech, but to me, it is an excellent delivery. If you agree with me, say hi. If you disagree, say no. The eyes have it. Please a round of applause for her again. You know, when I look at this size of the hall and see women, okay, we have two men. It's a lonely world here for the men. It's very lonely. Please celebrate the men that are seated here. All right. Thank you very much. So we are progressing very quickly. We are almost getting to the end of the opening ceremony. Before I invite the next program, I'm here to recognize the presence of the DG National Institute of Sports, Professor Moru Nkola. Please celebrate him. Thank you very much for joining us, sir. We are happy to have you in our midst. I also recognize Professor Barakat, the 3VC Lasustek. Please celebrate her. Yes, Vice Chancellor Lasustek. Professor Oladipupo. Yes, thank you very much, ma. Thank you very much, ma. So, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be having next a presentation by Lagos State University and the University of Lagos, the students of the Human Kinetics and Sports. They say all work and no play make Jack a dull boy. So we are going to have a bit of a play to relax from all the serious work that we've been doing in the last few hours. So permit me to welcome, in sounding round of applause, please welcome students of the University of Lagos. Come and give us a dance performance. University of Lagos, please celebrate them. Unilag, are you in the house? So we'll be entertaining us for the next 7 minutes.
We have been just alone that there's an unknown virus that is attacking all clubs. There has to be heavy breathing while distance. You hear one for double motherfucker.
That was an excellent performance from the Faculty of Education, where we educate the masses, and the Department of Human Kinetics and Health Education. I'm so delighted because yours truly, BSc Human Kinetics and Health Education, and MSc Sport and Exercise Psychology. So I'm happy. Ladies and gentlemen, we are raising it a notch higher from Lagos State University. Human Kinetics and Sports Education. Make some noise! Abuja, ọ̀sà òṣègbè lọ́sà Abuja o, Èkó lòkú lọ́sà, àwa lọ́lọ́run fún. Èkó lòkú lọ́sà, àwa lọ́lọ́run fún. Èkó lòkú lọ́sà o, àwa lọ́lọ́run fún. Èkó òṣègbè lọ́sà Abuja, ọ̀sà òṣègbè lọ́sà Abuja o, Èkó lòkú lọ́sà, àwa lọ́lọ́run. Ẹni ìṣòrí bá ẹni ìṣòrí bá gbà ó, ìṣòrí bá gbà ó, ẹni ìṣòrí bá gbà ó, ọ̀rọ̀ ìṣòrí bá gbà. Sí bàbá o, bàbá o, ẹ̀bẹ̀ mi sí bàbá o, ààyè ìdúró ní bàbá o. Àjẹ àṣẹ ló ń bọ̀. Kakiba, oya kakiba, torí ìbà. Ráyọ̀ lẹ̀ kakiba. Kakiba, oya kakiba, torí ìbà ò lè wú mọ́. Ọmọ kékeré lè pè é. Rọ́bà, rọ́bà, rọ́bà. Roma, Roma, Kulu, Budo, Inama. Wow, wow, that was thrilling. That was entertaining. That was captivating. That was energetic. That was wowing. Ladies and gentlemen, your hand for last one. Okay, so that the left are using home advantage. Your hand for Unilag. All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much for that brief, entertaining period. So on that note, we are going next to the program on the agenda, which is the award presentation. And respectfully, permit me to invite the person of the Secretary General of FASU, Dr. Penina. Okay. Good morning, everyone, of course, here, and all protocol duly observed. We are fortunate this morning to have in our midst two female vice chancellors. During the introduction, one was mentioned as the vice chancellor of the university most sought after at the federal level. But the one most sought after at the state and the private level is our own vice chancellor. What we are seeing today in terms of the organization of FASU, 11th FASU, has been the handiwork of the federal of Lagos state government and both institutions, UNILAG and LASU. We are all Yoruba people. Kafiola Frenchi Olaye. The section we are going to now is the section of awards. Award. Yini, I don't understand that Yoruba so much. Yini. Maybe even after giving that award, maybe better things can still come out. But I know that the first person I'm going to call has been so instrumental to the success of this game, whereby all the athletes going home, they have something to take home if they have won any competition there. Permit me to call on the first person here, Mrs. Atilat Araoji. So, please, the Vice Chancellor, Lagos State University. Over to you.
Okay. It's all right. Oh, Lagos State University, and on behalf of Lagos State University and University of Lagos, this award to you, Mrs. Kafilat Aroye, the Managing Director and CEO of Lotus Bank, for the inspirating lecture you gave and quite challenging. You, as a keynote speaker today at the 11th FASU Scientific Conference, we appreciate you and we say thank you very much.
Senior staff of Lotus Bank, senior staff of Lotus Bank. Can you come up? What's that? Lotus Bank. Next second is our lead paper presenter, all the way from Kenya, Professor Vincent Oyewere. And to do that presentation is no other person than the Vice Chancellor, University of Lagos.
Dear Prof. Vincent Oyewere. Yes. Oh. On behalf of the Lagos State University, Ojo, Nigeria, and the University of Lagos, Akoka, Nigeria, we present to you this small plaque as a token of our appreciation and respect. We're looking forward to the paper that you are going to present, and we hope that you remember this time with lots of affection. Thank you very much. Congratulations.
Thanks so much. The next person is no other person than the Secretary General of FASU, a woman of substance, Dr. Penina Abita Wesa. And to do that presentation is the DBC BS Unilag. I think yes.
Everyone's you know it's serious. We're getting closer. This isn't over. Precious.
The Deputy Vice Chancellor Development Service of the University of Lagos, Professor Ayodele Victoria Ashenua, former Dean Faculty of Law and a Shevlin Scholar.
This is Africa. Because this is Africa.
Dr. Pinaina Aligawesa, Secretary General FASU, on behalf of Lagos State University, Ojo, Nigeria, and University of Lagos, Akokwa, and Nigeria, I present to you this plaque of honor in recognition of your contributions to the success of the 11th FASU Scientific Conference. Thank you so very much.
Because this is Africa. It's time for Africa.
Next person is no other person than the President of NUGA, Dr. Bawa Mohammed. Dr. Bawa Mohammed. Okay, sorry, the presenter is the co-chair for the scientific congress, and no other person than Professor Bade. Ayode Bade.
Dr. Bawa Mohammed, President Nuga, on behalf of Lagos State University Ojo, Nigeria, and University of Lagos, Akoka, Nigeria, we are honored to give you this award in recognition of your contributions to the success of this 11th FASU Scientific Conference.
Thank you, very First, let's attract Shori, the president of FASU. And I know, Madam, President,
Stand for Africa.
Vice Chancellor, Lagos State University.
Stand for Africa.
So on behalf of Lagos State University and University of Lagos, the co-host of this conference, I present to you Dr. Ashraf Sobi, the president of FASU, in recognition of your dedicated service to sports. Congratulations.
And next one, there's no other person than our own Vice Chancellor, Professor Ibiyemi Olatiji Bello, MNI, MPOM, Vice Chancellor of the North South University, State University. And to do the presentation, with the MP of Lagos.
Sure. It's 1947.
This plaque is presented to Professor Ibiyemi Olatunji Bello, MNI, MPO, Vice Chancellor, Lagos State University, for your unwavering support and unrelenting leadership at the level possible. Thank you for your role.
Each and every lady wanna give me could they smoke weed, women they smoke cigar. Now we the
Respectfully, we now call on Professor Folashade Ogunshola, FASON, Vice Chancellor, University of Lagos.
it's my eyes don't run us with this black and down to from skin and body.
Yes, I said you should clap, please clap.
English flow. Pretty, and language, government. Great,
Okay, I hereby present this plaque to Professor Folashade Mabogunje Ogushola, FASU, and I'm very partial about that. You must remember our origin, for your unwavering support and unrelenting leadership at the 11th FASU Games. Thank you for your role. Thank you.
Okay, hold on. Professor Faso, you are my lecturer. Guys, guys, of the greatest of the greatest of the greatest of the greatest Akoka. Yes, I see you members of management. Professor Ebele Victoria Shenua, CBS, the only LOC for life. Every other LOC will be dissolved and reconstituted. Professor Lucy Emefinachukwu, BBC MS. Professor Bola Omo, BBC A&R.
Mrs. Kapilat Araoye has been consistent in saying our marital our maiden names. So I also want to Mrs. Kapilat Salami Araoye, MD, CEO of Lotus Bank.
It's protocol. We want to call on the management of Lagos State University to come and take the picture along with our own vice chancellor. All the management, please come along now. Please come along. The registrar was there before. Wonderful members of management of Lagos State University. Can you please give them a round of applause? I was just going to wrap up on the management of the University of Lagos. The acting registrar and secretary to the Governing Council, Mrs. Olakunle Esther Makinde, MNIM. I recognize you. The youngest bosser in University of Lagos history, the Minister for Finance at Unilag, Mrs. Oluwafunmilola Yetunde Adekunle, SCA. And of course, the Director of Quality Assurance and Service Units, Professor Olufemi Saidu. I recognize you. Our dean, so it's no other person than the Honorable Commissioner for Tertiary Education in Lagos State, Honorable Tolani Sulu, and is going to this is the bigger for the acting FASU president, acting FASU president, acting FASU president.
Lagos State University, Nigeria, and University of Lagos, Akoka, Nigeria, presented to Honorable to Landi Sule, Commissioner for Tertiary Education, Lagos State, in deep appreciation for your support towards the success of the 11th FASU Games. Congratulations.
Next person here is the president of WAU, Mr. Ibrahim Tanko Shuaib, all the way from Ghana. All the way from Ghana. And to do the presentation is BBC admin Lasu. BBC admin Lasu. Professor Adenike Boyo.
Lagos State University of John Nigeria and University of Lagos, Akoka, Nigeria, presented to Mr. Ibrahim Tako Shaibu a recognition of your commitment to the success of the 11th FASU Games, today, 24th of September, 2024. Thank you.
Person, the next awardee is Professor Adenike Boyo, the alternate chair, and BBC admin Lasu. And to make that presentation with the Commissioner for Tertiary Education, Lagos State, and representative to do that one.
Please, it's presented to Professor Adenike Oyo, alternate chair, Lagos State University, for your exceptional dedication to the 11th FASU Games. Congratulations, ma'am.
The last but not the least, is no other person that than our amiable co-chair, FASU Uniland, Professor Atenuwan. It's a woman of substance, rugged. To present this one is the honorary president of FASU. Honorary president of FASU. Azanchuki. Azanchuki.
Ayodele, Achinoa.
Good morning, everybody. I am happy to present for the Professor Ayodele Ashunua. Excuse me. This very significant present for his very, very good job in his academic university. Thank you. Very much. So who I am Hassan Chuki, honorary president of FASU. Let me give you a story about Hassan Chuki. And at the time he was the president of FASU, he could not speak English. But because he had to interact with quite a lot of English-speaking countries, he learned English. And now it's better. And he can even pronounce Ashenua. Oh, I teachers me like say you make on the past. To me, for this, they try so hard. That's my problem. My constants, let us know. Something better. Something better. Thank you. Thank you. Never done it. Only ever once. I never get shot. Our newspaper presenter, all the way from Kenya, has a beautiful gift for our Vice Chancellor. Over to you.
Madam Vice Chancellor, on behalf of KCA University, Nairobi, Kenya, I would like to deliver to you a small token of appreciation. I did a similar gesture to the VC of UNILAG. So in the interest of friendship, please accept a little gift from us.
We can figure it out. I'm sure there's something that is about to happen. Penny, quickly do yours.
Thank you so much. Congratulations on a great event. FASU are very pleased to be part of this. I'll call my colleagues here. Dr. Alete Malumbete, come here, Honorary President. Tamo Jackson, come here. Tariq, come and join me on the stage. We have a small token for people who have done a lot of work to make this event a success. Thank you, UNILAC. Thank you, FASU. Thank you, LASU, for the great job you've done. Dr. Galete Malumbete, the Honorable President, because we are putting over our hearts to the organizing committee of this scientific conference, I'll call upon Professor Grace Otina to receive a small token of appreciation on behalf of the scientific committee. My sister Grace Otina, we appreciate you. Professor Grace Otina.
Good morning, Lagos. Good morning, Nigeria. Dear Professor, it's my pleasure on behalf of FASU to present to you this award in respect of the scientific conference here in LASU. We say in FASU, we are Africa. Nous sommes l'Afrique. We are Africa. Thank you.
Vice Chancellor, please. We are very grateful, and to hand over a token of appreciation is the first Vice President for the amazing coordination between the two universities. We are really grateful.
Our Vice Chancellor, we as FASU, we are just thankful for everything, for the organization, for the smooth running of the events since we started from day one up to this day. We really appreciate. Thank you once again. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody.
Honestly, I'd like what I saw here is very kind of hospitality. Yeah, hospitality. I can see the smile in your faces all the way from the day I arrived to the airport till I arrived till the moment right now. Both universities, students, staff, athletes. Thank you very, very much for the moments we're having right now. We are so glad to be here in Lagos. It is not a word from FASU to you.
Well, the simple interpretation of what you just said, I'm happy to be in Lagos, and I'm also proud to present this to the Vice Chancellor of University of Lagos. And he said, I'm touching my chest.
And we have somebody special in our midst, all the way from Lausanne, the capital of sports, the Olympic capital. And that's none other than Mr. Taumo Jackson from the Federation of International University Sports. He has a present to give. During the Vice Chancellor's Forum, he missed out the Vice Chancellor of LASU.
Well, our African University Sports Federation is called FASU, and we all know that FASU loves Lazo. And now FISU also loves Lazo. Thank you for everything. Thank you for what you have done for the games. Thank you for what you have done for the. Thank you for what you have done for the conference. It's been a pleasure to be here. This is for you.
Make yourself, dust yourself, nothing back in this. You know it's serious. We can see this simple. Fascist.
Now, before I invite the co-chair of the 11th Scientific Conference for LASU, Professor Ayodele, there is something I want to say about Professor Clement Olusegun Faso. Please let me appreciate him. So for Professor Clement Olusegun Faso, I want to report him openly. When yours truly was in 200 level, the first encounter with Professor Faso, then Dr. Faso, we said to ourselves, we are not going to school anymore. We walked to the class in HSK 216, Camping and Leadership. And he said, year two, sophomore. Cocoon. Barbarian theory. The whole gamut. And we're wondering, what is this man saying? If our first encounter with you is this, then what will your examination be? But guess what? He prepped us for what life was ahead of us. And I want to use this occasion to say, one of the finest, most empathetic, supportive, accommodating, and intelligent lecturers I ever came across was Professor Clement Olusegun Faso. I openly say, thank you very much, sir, for the lessons. I celebrate you, sir.
Thank you very much, Oluwaseun.
After all these accolades, I hope you finish with a first class. If you didn't finish the first class, and I really don't know. Anyways, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Bring it down. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So we are going straight to the lead paper presentation. I've been told just a minor tweak to our program. So on that note, I'm going to invite okay, so Professor your Badejo will take the vote of thanks very briefly.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. My assignment is very simple. I'm to say thank you to everyone here. So on behalf of the Vice Chancellors, Lagos State University and University of Lagos, I want to say a big thank you to everyone present here in this hall. If you were not here, this occasion wouldn't have been the huge success that it is. And I want to thank FASU and NUGA for seeding the hosting of the 11th FASU Games to LASU and UNILAG. The keynote presenter, Mrs. Kafilat Arauye, we say thank you for your financial and moral support. The lead paper presenters, Professor Victor Oniwera and distinguished Professor Mary Jane De Souza, we thank you for coming. Professor Oniwera came and we did not pay a kobo for him to come down here from Kenya. Thank you so much for your interest, sir. We thank the Commissioner for Tertiary Education, Honorable Tolani Sule, for his support. We thank all the members of the management teams of the two universities, University of Lagos and Lagos State University. You have worked assiduously behind the scenes to make this occasion successful. Our deans and directors here present, we say thank you. The chairman of the various plenary sessions we're going to have and the discussants, thank you for coming for honoring our invitation. And the distinguished pressmen here, thank you for coming. And there's a group of people here in this hall. Without them, we wouldn't have this ceremony we are having today. So I'll say, great African students, greatest African students, greatest of the 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 greatest African students. Thank you very much. Thank you. So now we're going to have group photographs. We want to take photos.
So we are just going to have the group photograph very quickly with the MD, Lotus Bank, and our keynote speaker. Please remain settled and seated. Professor Boyo, alternate chair, last two, please join. Have that DJ, please join us. Okay, here. Women are running things. Celebrate women. Celebrate women. Celebrate women. Celebrate women. Celebrate women. How about those? Women of substance. Thank you very much, man. This is very important. We are not done. We are not done, please. Program to continue, so let's settle down, please. So we are not done. We are having the lead paper now. We are having the lead paper now. Professor Manager, please. You are going to take the citation. Please, let's get settled. Let's sit down. We are having the lead paper immediately, please. Yes, please. We are having the lead paper now. Let's settle down. FASU volunteers, please sit down. Please sit down. Sit down, please. Sit down, please. Immediately after the lead paper will be done, we are going to be having a break immediately after the lead paper. So please sit down. Please sit down. So, Manager, please, ma'am. So, ladies and gentlemen, permit me to invite the presence of Professor Vincent Onyewera, Deputy Vice Chancellor, KCI University, all the way from Kenya. KCA University, all the way from Kenya. Please, can we celebrate him at the comes up, please? All right. Yes, please. Oh, please join us here. You are going to be outstanding as your profile is read. Please celebrate Prof. Let's give him a big round of applause. This is a man that wants to be a vice chancellor, and I see a vice chancellor in him. Please celebrate him.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni. No, I won't read everything. We just want to read a brief profile of Professor Vincent Onyewera, PhD, MACSM. Professor Vincent O. Onyewera is the pioneer Deputy Vice Chancellor, Research, Innovation and Outreach at KCA University, Kenya. Is a professor of physical education, exercise and sports with over 25 years of teaching and research experience. He holds a PhD in exercise and sports science, and his research focus was on the role of genetics, nutrition, and sociocultural factors in explaining the phenomenon performance of Kenyan middle and distance runners. He is involved in various research endeavors and collaborations, such as KCA University School Holiday Program, the Kenya Health, Diet, and Active Lifestyle Infrastructure for the Next Generation, building higher education and research capacity to address the physical activity and nutrition transition in Kenya, Kenya International Development Study, International Study of Childhood Obesity, Lifestyle and the Environment, the Knowledge Integration and Transparency in Education KITE project, the Canada and Mexico Battling Childhood Obesity Cambio Research Group. He has recently designed a school-based program aimed at optimizing educational outcomes and health of African children and youth through physical activity and physical education. He has a citation index of 9729, H index of 53, and I-10 index of 96. He's a member of several professional bodies, such as the International Union for Health Promotion and Education, American College of Sports Medicine, Canadian Obesity Network, and Recreation, Sports and Dance, just to mention a few. He currently is a peer reviewer for many international index journals. Vincent is a mentor, an academic advisor, and supervisor to several undergraduates and graduate students within the Eastern Africa region and beyond. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you our lead paper presenter, Professor Vincent Oniwera. Please take.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I would like to recognize the Vice Chancellor LASU. I would like to recognize the Vice Chancellor UNILAG. I would like to recognize the other Vice Chancellors here present, Deputy Vice Chancellors, members of FASU Executive, the President, Secretary General, and our wonderful students. Good morning. Good morning. To the students who are walking out, good morning. We are LASU. We are LASU. Great UNILAG. Great UNILAG. We are Nigeria. We are FASU. We are Africa. I know you have been sitting for a long time, and I'm not going to keep you sitting for long. Madam co-hosts, I am very excited to be here. I'm very excited to be in Nigeria. The last time I was here is 20 years ago. Came through Lagos, and then I went to University of Ilorin, and I've been looking forward to coming to LASU and also to UNILAG. I'm going to run through very quickly in the interest of time, looking at research, knowledge economy, and innovation in the promotion of institutional sports. I want to thank the LOC for the scientific committee for such a wonderful, wonderful program. Next slide, please. So we'll have to go at my pace. I'm going to talk very briefly about KCA University. Then I'll give you some statistics about the Paris Olympic Games. Then I'll go to conclusions and recommendations. Next. That's KCA University. Many people are asking me, what is KCA University? It is not an acronym. KCA University is a university in Kenya, Nairobi. It's the largest private university with 26,000 students. We have, that is the university senate, the university leadership, our vice chancellor, and the other members of senate. Next. That is the aerial view of our university, not as big as LASU, not as big as UNILAG, but we are occupying the global landscape. Next, we normally have every year the VCs and CEOs cycling tour. This year, led by our own Vice Chancellor, we were able to cycle for 1,002 kilometers. And this event is normally very inspiring because our captain, who is the Vice Chancellor, our torchbearer, normally is at the forefront. And we normally cycle to raise funds to support research, to support sports, to support the students who are needy and vulnerable. Madam Penina and the president of FASU is here. Is it possible to have a FASU VC's continental cycling tour? And we can call it Tour du Afrique, the greatest university cycling tour of Africa. My two wonderful vice chancellors here, when I was talking to them, they already said they want to be part of the cycling tour. Let us appreciate them. Next, please. We also have an institute recently approved by the University Senate, the Institute of Sports Business, and technology to help our sportsmen and women, the sports directors, PE teachers, to upgrade in terms of knowledge management. Next, then what is research? And this is the backbone of my presentation. So we have to understand what's research first before we talk about research. Research is a systemic inquiry, that is studious investigation aimed at explaining, describing, predicting, and controlling observed phenomenon. And what is knowledge economy? Knowledge economy is the consumption of research output to address certain discoveries and applied research. So we as universities, our core mandate is teaching, research, and service to the community. And we don't just want to do research for the sake of research. We have to do research for wealth creation. We have to do research for generating employment, creating employment. And that's why as East Africa, we are very committed to this. And we are moving Eastern Africa region forward. And we want to move the entire Africa forward through research and innovation. Innovation is the process of creating something new or improving an existing product, idea, or a service. The Africa Agenda 2063, and Dr. Chipande, who gave a wonderful keynote presentation at the VC's forum, talked at length about the Africa we want. Yes, the Africa we want. The Agenda 2063 requires you and me, all of us in Africa, to take our destiny in our hands, to be able to stand forward and be counted. And that's why we are very keen as universities to ensure that we promote science, to ensure there's technology, innovation, community service, commercialization of output, and wealth creation. As university professors, we have a professional responsibility to be able to drive Africa towards Agenda 2063. Next, please. In 1959, in 1959, a study was done in Kampala, 1959. So the researchers compared the Indians and the Ugandan non-Indians. This study found that the non-Indian cohort of Uganda did not have any non-communicable disease, whether it is heart disease, whether it is hypertension, whether it is blood pressure, whether it is any form of cancer, as compared to the Indian communities. But why am I doing this? Why am I using this? Because Africa is going through a very rapid physical activity and nutrition transition. We are sitting more, moving less, and eating a lot of energy-dense foods. So we are seeing cases of obesity increasing. We are seeing cases of heart disease increasing, high blood pressure increasing, etc., etc. We have a responsibility to address this. Next, please. We are faced with an obesogenic environment in Africa. Our wonderful and beautiful giraffes in Kenya are now almost going extinct. And this picture is what we are staring at. And we have to address this challenge so that we can achieve the Africa that we want. We are seeing an increase in childhood obesity. Can we be able to excel at the Olympic Games if our children are potato coaches? They just sit, they don't move. Let us unplug our children so that we can face the Olympic Games and sustain the spirit of FASU. We are seeing, I did a study some time back, children in the urban areas are less active compared to those in the rural areas. Children in the urban areas, they use motorized form of transport from the house to school and back as compared to those in the rural areas. Is our built environment conducive for walking, Is it conducive for running? In Lagos, can you leave your children to walk to school and back? Or is it insecure? Africa needs to get on the track so that we can protect our future generations. These are the Sustainable Development Goals. I'll not take you through them, but most important is the goal on good health and well-being, quality education. Goal number 17 is very important to me because it is the implementation goal, partnerships and collaboration. So we need to partner, we need to collaborate both within Nigeria and also outside Nigeria. My university is ready and willing to partner with LASU and the UNILAG moving forward. So very quickly, these are the Paris Olympic Games next. Some of you already saw these slides. From this slide, how many sports disciplines do you think, or can you tell, were at the Olympic Games? How many of them? From this slide. How many? So, minimum of 32. Look at US, China, France, Germany. How many sports disciplines did they enter? Okay, look at my dear Kenya. How many? And the Pearl of Africa, Uganda. How many? How about Nigeria? How come we didn't enter 32, Nigeria? What is the problem? And the keynote speaker spoke very well. Why are we developing a culture of not going for everything? Let's go for everything. This is a conversation we must have in Africa. And this is a conversation that I'm spearheading in Africa. I'll be in Ethiopia the other week, and I'll be in Rwanda the other week, and then I'll go to South Africa. Why are we not going for 32? Why are we settling? Why is Africa punching below its weight? This is a question that we must answer. Look at the population. Look at the population here. Are you able to see? Okay. If you look at this, I did this looking at the country, the population, number of athletes, and look at Nigeria. How many are we? 230 million of us. How many athletes did we take to the Olympic Games? 88. This is statistics. This is not me. I'm not creating this. And look at Uganda, 50 million, 20 athletes. Look at Kenya, 56 million, 83 athletes. Look at China, 1.4 billion people. They took 388. I need to have a conversation with them. So this tells you that Africa, we are punching below our weight. Why? How can a country of 230 million take less athletes to the Olympics compared to a country of 50 million? We must, as professors and researchers, we must address this one moving forward. Look at the performance in terms of medals. How many medals did the US get? 125. Yeah? How many medals did Germany get? 8. I am sorry. How many medals did Nigeria get? We are LASU, Great Unilag. We are Africa. But we need to be great on the field and off the field. And it calls for research. It calls for innovation. It calls for knowledge economy. At the beginning of the Olympic Games, we didn't have a lot of technology or science. In fact, they were doing around 4 disciplines. But over time, the number of disciplines have increased, as you saw in the previous slide. The pioneer international athlete in Kenya, the person who laid the foundation of Kenyan running excellence, Nyandika Mayoro, created the belief of winning. Nyandika Mayoro in 1953 and later on 1954 made Kenyans believe in themselves, that they can go out there and they can win. He didn't know how to speak French or English. In fact, he didn't even know how to speak Swahili, Prof. Munai. He was only speaking in one of the dialects. But he went there and conquered the world. And today, Kenya, we are great, and we celebrate our athletes. Then moving forward, I want to move quickly because of Eliud Kipchoge, the greatest and the first person, the first human being to do 1:59.042 in the marathon in Ineos. Then he came and science started coming on board that we can prepare the shoe, the size of the shoe, the springs in the shoe, the technology in the shoe, so as to propel the human race. And this research can be done in Africa. We can do that research at Kenyatta University, University of Nairobi. We can do that research at UNILAG. We can do that research here in LASU. So I'm glad that we have the Department of Human Kinetics. But it is not only the Department of Human Kinetics. We must collaborate between departments of engineering, medicine, human kinetics, and the others to be able to come up with groundbreaking research, which will also bring money to the country and to the university. Artificial intelligence is now big, and the rest of the world is moving very fast. We have to bring on board science, artificial intelligence, big data, and technology so that we can catch up at least with the rest of the world. We cannot be complaining, we cannot be complaining because we are all great and we are wonderfully made. Next. So at the Olympic Games in Paris, there was a lot of big science taking place there. And this science is being spearheaded by my PhD supervisor, who is there, Professor Yanis Pisladis. At the Olympic Games in Paris, they had smartwatches, which were transmitting data and instructions real time. They had heart rate monitors transmitting data real time. They had gait sensors so that they were able to monitor the athletes as they are running. So we are able to tell the gait of the athlete before they start running. And as they are running, if there's a problem with their gait, then we are able to tell using science and artificial intelligence. Temperature, so that dehydration, when you feel thirsty, when you feel thirsty now, it means you were dehydrated 24 hours ago, right? We know that. So we, through this temperature measuring pill, we are able to tell if this athlete is going beyond the limits or going to the red line in terms of fluid injection. So this science must come to Africa. We are bringing this science in Kenya. We are committed, working with our partners in Hong Kong and in UK and the US. We are going to have this science in Kenya very soon so that we can move towards Agenda 2063. We have a commitment and we are going to do it, and we are committed to doing it. During the FIFA World Cup 2022, they had the speaking ball. They had 3D animation to convey information in a clearer manner. All the stadia were fitted with 12 cameras. Those cameras were able to monitor 32 anatomical parts of the players. They came up with technology to support VAR to ensure accuracy and timely communication of information. Kenya is the home of the best international middle and long distance runners, and we celebrate our athletes. And for a long time, Kenya has been known to be the place where you can go for high altitude training. High altitude training, because of the many benefits of high altitude training. When you train at altitude, the size of your red blood cells become bigger. The number of your red blood cells increase. Your lung capacity improves. Your running economy improves. Your sleeping patterns increase. That's why we see an influx of people from all over the world coming to the Rift Valley. However, because of climate action, because of climate change, we are slowly losing our wonderful facility and heritage, the high altitude, ranging from Ethiopia in RC and Shewa, coming all the way to Iten, to Eldoret, and going to Nairobi. Because of climate change, we are losing this. We have a responsibility. Can we use science? Can we use science to create high altitude? Can we? Yes, we can do that. And we are going to do it in Nairobi. So with my friends in the University of Tel Aviv, and we hope there can be peace in the Middle East so that humans can continue their lives. There is a hypoxic hotel. A hypoxic hotel is a hotel which mimics high altitude. So you live in that hotel, there is little oxygen in the hotel. The effect is that the number of blood cells goes up, the size of blood cells goes up, the circulatory system goes up, the lung capacities increase. So they have created in the University of Tel Aviv this hypoxic hotel. And a lot of runners, we need that one in Africa. It is doable through partnerships and collaboration. We are going to start doing it in Nairobi, in Kenya. Then we'll do the rest of Africa. They are also doing research among the swimmers. You know, when you swim, you also sweat, sweating when you are swimming. And we have to look at the sweat. We have the chip which can put on you, and using that, we can be able to tell the amount of chlorides which you lose when you are swimming. We can do the same with the runners. We can do the same with the cyclists. So there is need for science. We must accept science in our way of life. We must bring science in sports and athletics if we have to compete at the Olympic Games. Together with my colleague, Dr. Mugoe is a member of faculty in our School of Technology, and Vincent Onywera is here speaking to you. We have come up with an innovation, a service delivery innovation. This innovation, we are calling it the AfriFit Sports Talent and Development Solution. It's an app. We have tested it. I've brought in my sports science. He has brought in his IT and AI skills, and we have come up with this. We believe strongly that this innovation is going to address the challenge that many, many talented children in Africa are going through. There are so many children who are talented, but they don't get the opportunity to be identified. So through my innovation, our innovation here, we are going to launch it in November, and we are going to monetize it. Monetize the innovation, because IP means wealth, it means money. So once we launch it, then you'll be able to access it through your smartphones, and then I can get some money for the university, then I can get some money for myself and himself and my wife and my children and my students also. So you have to do that. Maria Mutola, one of the greatest runners. Where does she come from, Maria Mutola? Yeah? Mozambique. Tebogo, one of the greatest. You saw him in 800 meters. Hello, we are LASU. Did we see Tebogo at the Olympic Games? He won 800 meters until one guy had to say he has fallen sick. 200 meters. Look at the mighty Super Eagles. The Super Eagles. Finidi George, Kanu Nwankwo, Taribo West, Mutio Adepoju, Sande Olise. Yeah. Who else? Please. Gabriel Lawal. You see, in 1996, they brought the gold medal here home. And they created a culture of winning, not only here in Nigeria, but for Africa, the entire Africa. This was the pride of Africa, the Super Eagles. But then what happened somewhere? We have to retrace our steps. The Jamaican runners, great runners with African descent. And we have looked at the genetics of these Jamaican runners. Not the ones I'm showing you. For ethical reasons, I should not say these ones. But we have done studies looking at what we call the mitochondrial sequencing of Kenyan runners, Jamaican runners, and we looked at them 100 years back. And we traced them here, we traced them in Ethiopia, we traced them in Kenya. How? Why can't we go and conquer the world? We have the best sprinters here in Nigeria. We have the best sprinters in Unilag. We have the best sprinters in LASU. Let us put our acts together, our sports director, so that we can conquer the world. Let me rush in the interest of time. So this is Africa. This is Africa, and the keynote speaker was very apt. We need to work together as researchers in sports science, in exercise science, to populate this map of Africa with talent, sports talent. And we can do it. And we are going to do it. And we must do it. It is not a matter of when, it's not a matter of if, we have to do it now. So I have designed a study called Physical Activity and Sports for Health and Development in Africa. It's a school-based study. And this study has a few objectives, which I'll not take you through all of them. Okay, so I'll not bore you with this. Maybe I'll just share with you two objectives. One, to build the capacity of PE and sports teachers in Africa to be able to identify sports talent among African children. We want to do this. And we'll work with the FASU, Madam Penina, and we'll work with the African Union. Dr. Chipande, I think, is aligned. We have to do this one together. And from Unilag, Madam Vice Chancellor, Professor Otinwa, already we have been doing a lot of work together. I'm asking my Vice Chancellor from LASU to give me one person so that we can work. I'm not leaving Nigeria behind. We are not leaving Nigeria behind. We have to move together. Madam Vice Chancellor, I'll be requesting you to give me one person from a relevant department here. It doesn't have to be human, it can be public health, it can be medicine, it can be school of education, so that we can work together and write grant proposals so that we can move Africa together. The other objective is to use African traditional games to promote sports talent. We have many traditional games here. The other one is to create child-friendly green spaces in our schools and communities so that children can be active. About 20 years ago, Professor Munai here gave me a unit to teach 20 years ago. Don't ask me how old I am. And that unit was functional human anatomy. And when I was teaching that unit, one of the topics was about the spine. The spine. That if you are not sitting on the seat properly, then and you are sitting for a long time, you develop low back pain. Eventually, you develop a bad spine, either an S-shaped spine, a U-shaped spine, an N-shaped spine. The challenge with this is that it impacts on the child's growth and development. It leads to imbalance. Are we together? It leads to imbalance. It limits the optimal growth and development of vital organs, the lungs, the liver, the heart, the kidneys. This leads to breathing problems for this child. It leads to low back pain. It makes the child to withdraw from participating in sports. But why am I showing you this? Okay, look at the next slide now. Look at the next slide. I have a big problem, Madam Vice Chancellors, with the school bag for African children. Because our children, they carry these school bags. Some of the bags are heavier than the child. I saw when we were coming from Unilag, I saw these children on the way. The bags are heavier than the child. Some of those bags, maybe the weight is half the weight of the child. Those bags, the way the children carry them is different. You see, they carry them, some are hanging the bag here, some are carrying it here, some in front. These bags, they have books inside. Why should we give our children books to carry home, back to school, and yet at night they're not using those books? Can the children be allowed to carry the books home, the ones that they're going to use, if it is for homework? These bags, some of the straps, they are not symmetrical. So one strap is longer than the other one. So when the child puts it on, it affects. Remember what I showed you about the spine? Do you remember that? My hypothesis, Professor Grace Otinwa, my hypothesis is that some children in Kenya, some children here in Nigeria, some children in Ethiopia, some children in Africa, they are suffering spine disorder. Unfortunately, these young angels don't know. Unfortunately, the parents don't know because the parents have become absentee parents. These children don't wash these bags regularly. So I have designed a study. Thank you. I, Vincent Onywera from Nairobi, I have designed a study. I'm calling it the School Bag Technology Study. How much load do Kenyan children carry on their shoulders to school? That's the study I've designed. This study can be replicated here. It can be replicated in Botswana. It can be replicated elsewhere in Uganda. And I'm working with the Kenya Bureau of Standards. They are the people who come up with standards. Like this bottle, there's a standard that the bottle must have. And we'll get funding to be able to, all right, that's a good one. We'll get funding to be able to implement that study. And then we'll come up with a standard for Kenyan children school bags. Working together with World Rugby, Professor Gitonga is aware, we are coming up with we have developed a study to look at injuries among rugby players in Africa, starting with Kenya. Once we finish it in Kenya, then we will bring it here in Nigeria. Next. 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 No, go back one step. I have finished. One step. One step, please. Yeah, this one. This is my last slide. So, the support from the World Health Organization and the International Olympic Committee through the International Council for Sport Science and Physical Education, we are going to run a program next year in my university. That program will draw participants from all over Africa. It will be a 3-day workshop in Nairobi. I would like to see some of the students coming to Nairobi. The program is based on promoting physical activity and healthy living. In conclusion, we need to work together. That's number one. Number two, we have a responsibility as researchers in the area of sports to work with other researchers in other non-sport areas. Number three, technology is key in what we are doing. It has been my pleasure standing before you, and I want to thank you so much. Thank you.
That was an excellent delivery from our lead paper presentation one, Professor Vincent Riera from ACA University, Nairobi, Kenya. BBC, thank you very much for that excellent speech.
Thank you very much, my co-MC Oluwaseun. Very quickly before we proceed, I've just been told that the Vice Chancellor wants to reciprocate, or if you like, retaliate, what was done to her earlier. So I'd like to invite the Vice Chancellor, our plenary speaker, to please come up for this presentation. Please welcome them with a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah.
Thank you very much, my Vice Chancellor of Lagos State University. Thank you for that excellent recognition, Professor Ibiyemi Olatunji Bello, MNI, NPOM. Well, with that excellent presentation and that kind gesture, come to the end of this event, but not the end completely. We're going to be proceeding on, yes, this session, yes. So we are going to go on a coffee break. We call it a tea break. Members of the management of Lagos State University, members of the management of University of Lagos, and distinguished guests that are here, they are to go through the back door, while the others, there's a provision for us at the back. As we sign out, my very good friend Oluwaseun Banja said, with the eulogies I poured on Professor FASU, he didn't finish with the first class. And I just said to myself, do I really need to finish with the first class when I attended University of First Choice? On behalf of Oluwaseun Banja, my very good friend, my name is Oluwaseun Ajidagba. Adios, amigos. Gracias. Obrigado. Siabonga. Danke. Asante sana. Eshe. God bless you and have a fulfilling and a rewarding day ahead. I'm out.
Thank you very much. We Shemus, you have coconut head. I told him I still have something to say. He has closed. Please clap for him. He has tried. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, as has been announced, our dignitaries, we are going to have a group photograph outside. And there is a stand at the back for lunch for our dignitaries. Members of the high table, the members of management, deans and directors, please join the VC at the back of the auditorium. While for every other member of the program, please, there is a stand at the back of this hall. So please make your way there at the end of this program. Ladies and gentlemen, please, I'd like to invite members of the management to please join outside for the group photograph. Thank you very much. I've also been told that there's a pre-medical checkup going on at the back of the auditorium. So please, you can go there and check yourself. There's a pre-medical checkup. Please make use of the facility. I recognize the presence of the SSA to the governor. Yes, SSA to the governor on health. Thank you very much for joining us, ma. Thank you very much for joining us. We are glad to have you. Thank you. That is Dr. Adeyemi Oluwatoni. Thank you very much. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. The program is not over. As I've been told, we are going to be coming back here pretty soon to continue, but we put a pause to it at this point in time. God bless you.
Yes, it's from JP Machine, the best one of the Maxi, but not be back in Pepsi. I think that was good, enough, enough, as I say, don't pass, don't sharp, don't pass, don't pass, don't pass. Just to use reflex to locate my location. Short of too short of my people, therefore, first, we have you know, from the take it, until let's go to find you, I mean, I feel that is hard to Sadio, we was hard to let me get like I know, I told what Sunday.
Phone will start now.